ladies. It's Jewel. It's good to see you. Welcome to DNP NURS project implementation. I am happy to do a Zoom with you all if you feel like you would like to. Otherwise, you can email or schedule things with me one-on-one if you have questions. Some of you have been emailing me already. I am planning to start our class on Monday the 12th. So we've got another week here. I know for most of you with EMU, it kind of looked like the class started on Monday. Our classes don't start at Goshen College until tomorrow. And so I thought, oh, it's just best that we start on a Monday. So I apologize for any confusion. I just have us starting on Monday. So your main thing to be working on here before you're getting started is really the IRB process. You guys, you have your certificates that you've completed your training for IRB. So be working at your project site to make sure that you're getting IRB approval wherever you're going to do your project. And then you need to do them either through Goshen College for Amy, or for the rest of you, you'll need to do IRB, whatever the process is at EMU to get approval. So you kind of need basically two, one for the site, one for the school that you're enrolled in. So that's your first step, because you need to have IRB approval, whether it's you have an exempt project or whatever, you need the proof of that. And there's a place in this Moodle course to put those documents. And again, you'll add them to your paper as kind of appendices. But that's your first step before you can start to really clock hours and begin technically the project implementation pieces of this. But again, there are things you can do behind the scenes. Some of you are already kind of started working on things. With that being said, I want to share my screen with you guys here. Let's see. Hold on. I'm going to pause this for 1 second. I'll be right back. All right, let's try this again. Let me see if I can share my screen with you here. Oh, there we go. Better. So what I'm sharing is the course syllabi for this class. I just want to go over it really quickly with you. Again, the key thing with this one is this is a biggie, you guys. 300 practicum hours are what is required in this class. I know you guys have your jobs. Some of you have gotten recent promotions. Like, it is a lot. And so time management is the key to this. You will want to count how many weeks you have in this class. I think it's about 15. And do the math and figure out, I'm thinking it's around 20 hours a week. I mean, it is kind of like having a part-time job to get this done and to stay on track with things. So again, apologize to your families, whatever this takes. You may be doing a lot of Saturday, Sunday kind of work, trying to get some of this done, or hopefully you've worked with your employer on how you're going to manage all of this. But it's a big lift here this spring to undertake. So again, just starting with that. This is a 6 credit hour class. You should have been charged for 6 credits for this class. One of it is didactic. There is very, very little coursework that you are doing. It is mainly your own work of getting these 300 hours. And so for myself, I'm getting very little like in the way of faculty load to do this class, because you don't owe me a lot of assignment work. It's really your own student work that you're doing. So again, 1 hour is sort of geared towards theory, schoolwork, and 5 hours are really tied to the practicum. This course is the only credit, no credit course in the program. So again, it's really tied to getting those credit hours done and the few assignments that you have in this class. Here's all my contact information. You guys have my email. Here's my own personal phone number in this, that sort of thing. I see that my cell phone number is wrong here, you guys. This is my old Colorado number. I'll have to text you or email you with my correct cell phone number, but I'll take text messages, that sort of thing, however you need to get a hold of me. As you're doing your DNP essentials table, hopefully you figured it out by now. But again, in this class, the things that you'll be wanting to fill in on that table fall under Essential 1, Essential 3, Essential 6, and Essential 8, it looks like, are kind of the things that as you're doing work, you will kind of file under those different headings. Here are the course objectives for this. Oh, You guys, I'm doing such a bad job here. I even have the dates of the course wrong. You can tell that I turned over an old syllabi on this. So sorry about that. Activities. I'm going to scroll down here. Completion of the IRB applications, which I talked about right off the bat, that's 10% of your grade. So get those turned into me. That's 10% of it. At the end, there's sort of a poster presentation on like where are you at with your project. There's a whole template for that. There's sort of some videos on that. That is sort of the last thing you do for me in this class. And even if you're not going to complete the hours on time, I really would like to have that done at the end of the semester, doing as best as you can with where you're at. I personally, as a DNP student, turned around and used that as part of my dissemination as I filled in that whole template and really had kind of a finalized poster presentation that I could give at the Indiana Center for Nursing on my topic. So again, you can turn around and use that branded template to, print off a whole big poster and do a poster presentation if you want. So again, give me what you got towards the end of the class on that. Meeting minutes. This is really a class, like I said, that it's on your own, but what I am doing is being your sort of accountability partner in this. And so I am asking for you to give me meeting minutes pretty frequently throughout this, where you're meeting with your peer, you're meeting with your practice site mentor, again, your faculty advisor, as you're able to just be touching base. This is what I'm working on. This is where I'm at. Just really being transparent of, yeah, I'm putting in the work. These 20 hours a week, I'm on it. This is what I'm doing. This is where I'm at with things. And so again, they're a very short little memo basically to me saying, hey, Jewel, here's where I'm at. And it has a template on the questions that I want you to answer for me. So get those meeting minutes in. That's, again, 40% of your kind of pass-fail class. You have to earn it about an 82% to earn a pass in this class. Again, not any different than some of the others, but at the end, you will give me your practicum hours, the tracking forms, and making sure that you're logging all these 300 hours. And then also giving me your DNP essentials table. And again, I talked about, I think it was DNP essential 1, 3, 6, and 8 that I just said that you'll be wanting to chart things under. Down here are details for these different graded activities, so I'm not going to go through those. You can look at them yourself. If you have questions, you can certainly let me know. I'm going to stop sharing. I've got the weeks laid out for us, kind of tab by tab of like what I want. Again, very few assignments in there. I am taking a week off for sort of midterm break here at the college. And then I've given you another week that I'm kind of labeling as spring break. It probably aligns with just what we have going on here. I might be out of town. Again, it's an online program. Those are kind of weeks where I earmarked that I'm, planning to maybe take some vacation time myself. So, again, I will send you all an email with my own phone number. Text me if you have questions. Otherwise, I'm not planning to have a group Zoom to like launch us. We all know each other. This class is pretty straightforward. So again, please reach out to me if you have questions with anything. Otherwise, I'm going to consider this to be our introductory video. Ask if you've got questions as we go, ladies. And again, you are all but there, but this one is a heavy lift. So pace yourself, make time. You may need to take some PTO time if you haven't been planning to do so. It's a challenge to get these hours in. So hang in there with me, stay in communication with me. All right, that ends it. I will post this video for you all to watch or probably send it via email. All right, take care. Bye, guys.